Welcome, curious souls, to a journey unlike any other. Tonight, we step beyond the familiar beauty of Notre-Dame Cathedral and delve into the shadows that linger within its ancient stones. Paris may know it as a marvel of Gothic architecture, a masterpiece that stands as a proud emblem of faith and resilience. But there's another side, one woven with secrets, haunted whispers, and tales of devotion that go far beyond the grave. From the flames of 2019 to centuries-old ghostly encounters, from legends of forbidden pacts to the sorrowful chants of an invisible choir, Notre-Dame has held on to mysteries that few truly understand. What spirits roam its bell towers? What secrets lie embedded within its iron doors, its darkened corners, its towering spires? Join us, as we walk the winding path through Notre-Dame's hidden past, its moments of grandeur, desecration, and rebirth. This is more than just history. This is the spirit of Notre-Dame, waiting for those who dare to listen. The eternal mysteries of Notre-Dame Cathedral. Imagine stepping into a place where time seems to stand still. You're in Paris, the beating heart of France, and towering before you is a marvel of human ambition, faith, and perhaps, something darker. Notre-Dame Cathedral, with its iconic rose windows and stone-carved gargoyles, has held witness to centuries of history, beauty, and mystery. But beyond its magnificent Gothic architecture lies something else, stories and secrets, legends that have woven themselves into every stone, every shadow, every haunting whisper that echoes through its hallowed halls. So settle in, dear listener, as we take a journey together, through Notre-Dame's foundations in the 12th century, into its grandeur, its moments of desecration, its near destruction, and the ghostly tales that linger, even now, in the dim corners and towering bell towers of this cathedral. The birth of a vision, 1163 to 1345. Our story begins in 1163, in a world very different from our own. Paris was expanding, and King Louis VII wanted a church that would stand as a testament to the faith and glory of France. Bishop Maurice de Sully envisioned a grand Gothic cathedral, a sanctuary for the devout, a monument to God himself. And so, the foundation of Notre-Dame was laid. Imagine the scene, stones arriving from quarries, laid meticulously by artisans, sculptors, and masons who spent their lives on this single building. For over 200 years, generations of craftsmen poured their souls into this structure, each adding something uniquely theirs, a mark in stone, a brush of faith. The spires rose, and the stained glass windows took form, every detail a silent prayer, every gargoyle a watchful guardian. They believed that Notre-Dame was sacred ground, that it was protected. But did they realize that their own blood, sweat, and lives would forever echo within these walls? Notre-Dame and the Medieval World, 1345 to 1500s. As the cathedral took its final shape, it became the center of life in Paris. Nobles and commoners alike came to pray, to marry, to grieve. Notre-Dame bore witness to grand coronations, jubilant celebrations, and solemn funerals. Yet, as it became the heartbeat of the city, it also absorbed the fears and sorrows of a world besieged by plagues, wars, and darkness. When the Black Death swept across Europe, Notre-Dame filled with mourners praying for mercy, for answers. And here is where legend first stirs. It is said that priests refused to abandon the suffering, choosing to stay within these walls, tending to the dying and the dead. Some believe their spirits are bound here still, restless and unseen, moving quietly in the shadows of the cathedral, whispering prayers no one else can hear. Through war and revolution, 1500s to 1790s. But even such sacred ground could not escape the turmoil of a changing world. The 100 Years' War brought devastation and unrest to France, yet the faithful kept gathering under Notre-Dame's roof, trusting in its protection. With the Renaissance, however, the old ways began to fade, and so too did Notre-Dame's influence, its towering presence almost forgotten. Then came the French Revolution. Fueled by anger against the monarchy, revolutionaries saw Notre-Dame not as a symbol of faith but as a relic of oppression. Statues of saints were destroyed, relics desecrated, and the bells, which once called the faithful to prayer, were melted down for cannons. The people turned the grand altar into a shrine to the goddess of reason, casting the church itself into darkness. Some claimed the spirits of Notre Dame grew angry, that the very stones absorbed this violation. There are stories of strange shadows seen at night, and of whispers heard by those who dared to step inside. The once holy sanctuary had been desecrated, and its soul would not be silenced. Victor Hugo's Revival and the Cathedral's Redemption, 1800s. Decades later, Notre Dame's story would be rescued by an unlikely hero, the writer Victor Hugo. In 1831, Hugo's novel The Hunchback of Notre Dame captured the imagination of the French people, painting the cathedral as a living, breathing character. Through his words, the people fell in love with their Notre Dame once again. The novel sparked a movement to restore the cathedral, and famed architect Eugene Viollet-le-Duc led the charge. Stone by stone, gargoyle by gargoyle, Notre Dame's glory was reborn. But with restoration came old legends. One of the most chilling is the tale of Biscornet, a blacksmith commissioned to create the intricate ironwork for the cathedral's doors. Frustrated and exhausted, he made a fateful decision, to make a pact with the devil himself. The work was completed in a single night, flawless yet ominous. But during consecration, the doors would not open, they were held fast as if by some dark force. It took multiple blessings to purify them, and to this day, those doors give visitors a strange feeling, a chill as if something sinister lingers in the iron. A cathedral shaken by flames, April 2019. And then, tragedy struck once more. On April 15, 2019, the world watched in horror as Notre Dame burned. The flames devoured its ancient wooden frame, and as the spire collapsed, Paris wept. But as the fire roared, witnesses began reporting something strange. Some claimed they saw shadowy figures in the flames, moving, watching, perhaps mourning the only home they had ever known. As reconstruction began, workers reported unsettling experiences. Cold drafts would sweep across their necks, voices would drift through the air, fading before anyone could locate their source. Did the spirits within Notre Dame protest the changes to their sacred ground, or was the building itself, so filled with life and history, reacting to its wounds? The ghostly choir and modern-day mysteries. One of Notre Dame's most enduring mysteries is known as the Choir of Spirits. In the stillness of night, caretakers have reported hearing faint hymns, the mournful echoes of voices that do not belong to the living. Could they be the spirits of the faithful, trapped by devotion? Could these be the priests and worshippers of centuries past, who now sing only to the cathedral walls? Even tourists have reported sightings, shadowy figures, vanishing as quickly as they appear, sudden chills, as though invisible eyes were watching, whispers that dance just out of reach. Some believe these are not ghosts, but memories, embedded in the cathedral itself, echoing across the ages. Notre Dame's eternal mystery. Notre Dame is not just a monument, it's a heartbeat, a living entity with a soul forged by nearly a millennium of history, of reverence, sorrow, and defiance. Wars could not silence it, revolutions could not destroy it, and fires could not consume it. Even now, as its towers stand tall, Notre Dame remains a place where time feels suspended, where the echoes of the past linger in every corner, waiting for those who will listen. Could it be that within its walls, the spirits of Paris still reside, standing watch over their cathedral as they have done for hundreds of years? As we end our journey, I invite you to remember, some places hold a life within them that cannot be explained, a soul that endures. And as long as Notre Dame stands, it will be more than just stone and glass. It will be a testament to human endurance, to mystery, and perhaps, just perhaps, to the restless spirits who will never leave.